All right, Broncos country, we're taking a look right here at Dre Greenlaw, the newest member of the Denver Broncos defense, number 57. And the thing I like about Dre Greenlaw here that we'll really highlight, you'll see here too, is that this guy, he's instinctive, he plays downhill, and he's a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. That's exactly what the Broncos defense needs. Now, on this play, he's going to be in pass coverage right here. Now, you're going to get motion from the Los Angeles Rams here. They're going to run some play action stuff here. He's reading the guard. He sees its pass. And really for him, he is just keying the tailback right here. Understands, hey, this is the most dangerous threat. This is the nearest threat. Now watch him being able to play laterally, move left to right as need be. Sees the dump off. Now watch him make up ground right here. Pursuit, tackle, great play against Kyren Williams of the Los Angeles Rams. Let's take a look at it here from this angle. Now the cool thing is you get a little bit of a preview. You get obviously Dre Greenlaw, but you also get Talanoa Hufanga right here in terms of where the Broncos are at. So let's take a look defensively. Once again, this is the same exact play. Now, one thing I like about Greenlaw, this is a guy who always disguises, right? He's always moving. And I think that's an important part about what Vance Joseph wants to do defensively. He wants guys that don't necessarily show an indication as to what the defense is running, and he can do a little bit of everything. He can cover the pass. He can play well against the run. That's a good play here by him against the Los Angeles Rams. Right here, once again, Dre Greenlaw against the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford, Kyren Williams right here in the backfield. And Dre Greenlaw on this play is going to do a really good job of playing patient, right? Because when you look at the 49ers defensive line, they got a 3 technique right here. They've got a 2-eye right here. So this guy, the center and the guard, are going to double team down here on the 2-eye. And then you're going to have some help as well here, right? You got the 3 tech. It's all about identifying, can we seal a guy and block him off, right? So let's take a look here. Dre Greenlaw is going to make this shoestring tackle. It's an impressive play. Now watch right here, okay? Ball's going to be snapped. Look, a lot of motion. Double team right here. Double team right here. And ideally, Fred Warner's going to fill right here. But the linebackers are reaching, right? Hey, like I got to step back and maybe pick this guy up. So as you can see that, he's supposed to hit the hole here. 49ers do a really good job plugging against the run. And now Dre Greenlaw, he's reading it because like, hey, these guys are crashing down. He could hit the cutback. So he sees that, steps, takes a great angle, wraps up Kyren Williams here. Good stop here by the 49ers defense. And look, he's a guy, like I said, rangy, sideline to sideline. He's patient. He attacks downhill. And look at how good of a tackler he is. This is a tough tackle to make on a guy like Kyren Williams, one of the best young tailbacks right now in the NFL. To be able to read the patience right here, hey, the hole is closing up. That means he could cut it back here, and he just takes the great angle there, makes the stop. The Broncos getting a really good guy here for their second level of the defense next to Alex Singleton. One of the things I like the most about Dre Greenlaw, he's just a patient player in terms of reading guards, right? Because obviously here, when the Rams are backed up as far as they are inside the goal line, of course they're going to run the ball to try to get more breathing room here. But he's obviously cheated out wide. Look, you got a wide rush right here. Talanoa Hufanga playing anything that gets to the outside. So for Dre Greenlaw, he's reading this potential double team right here because you anticipate that there's going to be a one-on-one with the tackle and the outside guy. But ideally, this offensive lineman will double team, try to work his way up and seal Greenlaw. That's not the case. He does a good job attacking the shoulder, bouncing off of that, locating, and making a play here. That's one thing. He doesn't get stuck on blocks too long. He's physical at the point of attack. Watch him flow downhill, especially with this guard right here that's going to try to make a play on him. You know, you want to read that, shed it, and then make a stick. And look, he drives Kyren Williams back after the initial contact. The ability to play in space is important for athletic linebackers. In San Francisco with Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, they had 2 of those guys. Lucky there. Now you can adjust. Now, ideally, because you're getting that inside handoff right here, you've got a straight track right here on the Talanoa Hufanga. So really for Dre Greenlaw, it's, hey, how quickly can I shoot downhill and fill my gap? He meets the running back there, wraps up. Not much of a gain here for the Rams in the run game here. So you be able to see and diagnose things quickly. Linebackers have to do that. Look, it's tough to be a linebacker because your initial job, right, you got to be responsible for the run first, and you also have to be able to be ready to cover a pass if it's a passing situation, whether it be man coverage, whether it be zone coverage. Now, he just does a great job of reading and reacting because sometimes guys hesitate for a second, and then that could lead to some congestion. That leads to a big play. Not for a guy like Dre Greenlaw. Fills, wraps up, brings down the ball carrier. You're not going to get a lot of missed tackles from a guy like Dre Greenlaw. One thing I really like about Dre Greenlaw, he's a patient player. He understands guard alignment, reading the guards effectively, because sometimes linebackers tend to guess. Dre Greenlaw, he trusts what he sees, right? The guard's going to tell you every time. If he steps down, it means it's going to be a run. He drops back, it's going to be a pass, but he's very good at reacting to it quickly and not allowing it to throw him off. Now, an offense like the Rams, they're going to motion guys all over the field, right? So initially, you've got a 3-tech right here from this down lineman. You've got a 2-eye right here. But because you're going to get motion again from the Rams, Fred Warner's going to shift him over. Now, this D lineman, he slides into a 2-eye, and then this D lineman slides into a 3 technique. So, Dre Greenlaw, he's going to be aligned over this offensive guard right here. He's going to be the key. He's going to tell you exactly where he's going to go. So, let's take a look here at the snap. You get the motion. Now, center's just going to come off and try to block Dre Greenlaw right here. You get an initial one-on-one, and he's going to step down and double team. Ideally, Fred Warner's going to run up right here. This is a tough position for the offensive line because they have to choose between Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, and now it's like, all right, hey, you work the double team. Now this guy has to recognize Fred Warner's a threat. Now you get a one-on-one right here with Dre Greenlaw, and look, he's being held. No surprise right there. Shows you right there on the film. But he does a good job of getting off that block, shedding it, and then squeezing down to make the tackle right here. Patience is key, and that's one thing I just consistently see from Dre Greenlaw's tape is he doesn't panic. He trusts his keys, trusts his reads, and he plays downhill and he plays fast. And one thing you don't want to have as an inside linebacker, you don't want hesitation. You don't want guys who think too much. Dre Greenlaw, he's a straight downhill player. He doesn't have to think. He just goes. And that right there, he imposes his will. You know, there's a saying, you want to be the hammer or the nail? He is the hammer. This play right here kind of exemplifies what we mean by a sideline-to-sideline player. Now, your ability to play wherever the hash is, whether it be one hash, inside the hashes like Fred Warner, your ability to get out in space to the flat, to the sideline, however it may be, because what you're going to get here from the Rams, you're going to get a motion here by Puka Nacua. They're just going to throw a little quick screen to him, and the number one thing you want to see is, do you take the right angles when you're going out to maybe attack a block? Now, cornerback is always going to be responsible for attacking outside. Obviously, Dre Greenlaw is going to attack outside as well because you want to force Puka to come back inside because guess what you have inside? Help. Here's Talanoa Hufanga who takes a banana peel angle. And then you got, obviously, backside pursuit right here. But ideally, if Puka's coming back in here, guess what? He's running to where you have help. Dre Greenlaw does his job, sheds the block here from Cooper Kupp, and then wraps up around Puka to make the stop right here. But he gets out there fast. He diagnoses it. So let's take a look at it here from this angle. We mentioned how heavy of a motion offense the Rams are here. This is just going to be a quick hitter designer. Good job by Greenlaw attacking the block, extending with both hands, shedding it, and then coming up here to make the play. Most of the clips we've seen in this film review so far have been from 2024. Obviously, Greenlaw missed a large portion of it because he recovered from that Achilles injury he suffered in the Super Bowl, played in 2 games. And in these 2 games, look, he flew all around against the Rams and here against the Dolphins. Now, you're going to see Greenlaw right here. We talk about level of patience, right? What do I mean right there? Let me pause it right here, okay? The Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, they're in a pistol formation, 2-back pistol right here. And what they're going to do is you're going to fake the toss here to Achane, and you're going to hand the counter off right here to the inside tailback. Greenlaw, a lot of times when you see like the indication of the quarterback throwing or faking the toss, you create flow here from your linebackers because, hey, if it's toss, you have to get out there and you have to be able to track underneath in case there's the cutback, but you also have to stay patient. This is the challenge with the Miami Dolphins offense. Fake the toss, run the counter. This is a play that hurt the Broncos in 2023, but watch this. Fake the toss. Here's the counter. Obviously, you got Bosa stepping down right here. You got the offensive line who's sealing. This guy's going to try to come up and seal, and then now it's just be patient, be patient. Now, look, offensive lineman finding work right here. Sometimes, you know, when if I could rewind the play, I would. But basically, sometimes linebackers will guess. Dre Greenlaw, patient, stays firm here, understands, hey, I got to attack right here because this is where the guy is coming, does a shied shuffle, and makes the play with Talanoa Hufanga. Let's take a look at it here from the other angle. As we see Dre Greenlaw playing at his depth right here. I feel like if he was closer, this would be hard to read, right? Because he's got good depth and he can cover ground really quickly. His alignment, he's back a little bit because, hey, the offensive alignment from the quarterback and the two backs out of the pistol is back a little bit further than your normal depth. You got the offset wing right here, tight end, who's just going to motion come backside to try to cut block Bosa, who's got a ridiculous stance. But watch this, though. Like, this is so easy. Oh, hey, there's the fake toss right here. And ideally, he would chase right here. You'd have chase pursuit right here and then chase inside if it actually was tossed. But you have to respect counter. So Dre Greenlaw, not fooled one bit, sees it, sidesteps to be able to get skinny right here and to make the play. And he sticks the running back for a little gain there. This play right here is from 2023. Now, Dre Greenlaw, he is in man alignment against Najee Harris. Najee Harris just signed a deal with the Los Angeles Chargers, so Dre Greenlaw is going to be facing him. And you need the ability to be able to have a linebacker who can cover running backs out of the backfield. Does a really good job of reading, sees, okay, hey, he's chip blocking 1001, and now it's just reading, okay, where's he going? He sees he's running outside, and he immediately plants this back foot right here. He drives on Najee Harris, minimal gain, wraps him up, tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage right there. Let's take a look at it here. Again, what do we get here? And obviously, you get your two high safety look, Hufanga and the safety over the top. These guys right here, I mean, corner's playing back, safety's playing up right here, and Hufanga's climbing a little bit to the middle of the field where you're going to have man coverage right here, and then obviously you have a tight end right here who's going to be releasing, so Fred Warner's going to play him as man coverage while you get this guy getting out to the curl to flat, corner staying that deep third right there. But you're going to see, obviously, Dre Greenlaw diagnosing this. Okay, chip, all right, he's my guy. Because ideally, Najee Harris could either run inside, he could run outside. So you have to be patient. You have to be able to be square right here as he is so you can react. And he does. Bang, tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. The Broncos getting a good guy here in Dre Greenlaw. This is another play right here from 2023. Dre Greenlaw is going to get a sack here on Dak Prescott, who's going to try to make something happen with his legs because, hey, the 49ers have good coverage across the board, and Dre Greenlaw's playing that spy. The Broncos need a guy who can do that. Now watch this. He's just keying Dak Prescott at this point. He's saying, okay, hey, what's Dak doing? And he can help out. If there's anything crossing around the middle of the field, if Dak's going to throw it, he can help out with that. If Dak's going to run it, he's just going to take it, and he's just going to play him. Now he sees it. Hey, Dak's running. Watch him wrap him up. He closing speed. Love that. Throws the dice right there. Let's take a look. Once again, two high shell. Now, the routes you're going to get here, obviously you're going to get man right here. But obviously, inside the slot here, number 2, you're going to get a deep crossing pattern. So this safety is actually going to play it as man. He's going to go with him while you have a safety lurking over the top here. Going to play man right here. And then, obviously, Fred Warner's going to have to account for this tight end right here. Tailback swings out. So really, it's just trying to figure out, okay, hey, do I have to climb and react to the tailback or the tight end at this point? That's where Fred Warner is. Now, Dre Greenlaw, he's just spying. Now, look, if he were to come out here and maybe run a route, Dre Greenlaw would pick him up in terms of pass coverage responsibility. But because you got the crossing route here, safety's going to climb. Fred Warner's just going to get depth. This guy's going to get depth curl to flat, going to play him kind of as man. And basically, this guy should be taking anything right here to the flat, and then Fred Warner should be taking something here, second level, safety over the top, corner playing. Man, you get what I'm trying to say. But look, nobody's open. I mean, Dak Prescott, he's got pressure bearing down him on right behind him. You got Dre Greenlaw, who's athletic and can get up there, and you got a safety who's climbing on top of the receiver here. Corners covering this receiver, safety over the top. There's nowhere for Dak Prescott to go. I mean, he could do a little dump off here, but it's going to lead to a tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. So Dak says, you know what? I've got to try to create a scramble drill opportunity. Wide receiver bends it. He's not going to have time because Dre Greenlaw right here, he closes in. Good speed, good instincts. Gets the stop on Dak Prescott. Good pickup here for the Broncos.